In this segment, we're going to cover how to use the TruPulse 360 to capture your height of attachments of your conductors and attachments. It is important, although not absolutely required, but in order to get the best accuracy we can out of the tool, it's important to level it as much as we possibly can. The routine what we use is the HD-HT routine in the TruPulse, which is a 3-shot routine. Try to select a position away from the pole approximately 1 to 1.5 times the height of the pole away. Generally about 90 feet would work. At that point, make sure you try to have as clear a line of sight as possible to the entire length of the pole. And once you've established that, we'll start our routine. The first shot of the 3-shot function is to actually shoot a distance from your TruPulse to the pole. Best practice is to try to find either a viz strip, or in this case, we're going to use the number tag on the pole. I'll shoot my first shot. That establishes a footage from my TruPulse to the pole. Now the TruPulse is asking me for angle 1. I'm going to scan down to the bottom of the pole at the point where it touches the ground and take my first angle shot. Now the TruPulse is asking me for angle 2. My practice is I will work from the top down of the pole. So I will go all the way to the tip, very tip of the pole, and shoot that shot. I'll record that number. Having captured the first point, I'll push the up arrow. Goes back in the routine, I'll move down to the next point and fire. Again, remembering to push the up arrow, come down to my next point of attachment and fire. I continue to do this routine, push the up arrow, next point of attachment and fire, recording all of the attachments as I come down the pole. You can continue this routine all the way down the pole, collecting all of the data that you need to collect for each level of power, secondary, communications, or equipment attachments as they come down the pole. When you're in the HD-HT function, and as we said, you can use a shortcut of pushing the up arrow 1 time. It is important to note, if you forget to push the up arrow and push the fire, it will restart the routine from the beginning. You have to reestablish your footage shot and your ground line shot at that point. There are going to be instances, as you can see here, where you won't be able to see the base of your pole in order to do height of attachments. What we'll do in that instance is we'll go ahead and make a mark on the pole at a known distance from the ground line. In this case, we're going to mark up our pole, use our tape measure from our ground line, and we'll mark up to 5 feet. We'll make a mark on our pole. You now have the ability to take your TruPulse to a remote location without being able to see the ground line of the pole. Keep in mind what the distance that you marked off the ground was with your TruPulse or with your tape, so that you can add that same amount to all of your measurements on your TruPulse.